Hello and welcome to another of our Short Shots videos. This time our adventure will take us to the south rim of the Grand Canyon. Years ago we traveled from Las Vegas to the Hualapai Tribal Nation on the Grand Canyon's west rim. This time around we decided it was high time we checked out the south rim of the mighty Grand Canyon. Like the previous trip, this one began on the Las Vegas Strip, but took us to explore the more distant south rim. Prior to our stay in Las Vegas, Nevada, I had already purchased the tour with National Park Express online. Tickets for this tour were a very reasonable $80 per person and included a surprisingly good box lunch. Our tour started with a walk at 5 a.m. in the morning from our hotel to the tour bus stop at the Treasure Island Casino and Hotel. The 270-mile trip from the Strip to the canyon was a little over 4.5 hours and included a 20-minute break around the halfway point. The bus was clean and comfortable, and time passed quickly and uneventfully as we cruised through the bleak but fascinating Nevada and Arizona countryside. Our bus driver / tour guide maintained a steady, informative dialogue peppered with interesting stories and asides throughout the trip. 4 hours and 45 minutes later, we were dropped off inside the Grand Canyon National Park at Mather Point. We were handed our lunches, directed toward the South Rim Trail at Mather Point, and told to turn left at the big hole in the ground. The idea was the bus would wait in the parking lot for 1 hour for passengers who did not want to walk the 3.5-mile plus trail to the endpoint of the Grand Canyon Village. Those of us that did walk the rim trail would be picked up in 3 hours at Bright Angel Lodge in the parking lot. As you get your first glimpse into the Grand Canyon over Mather Point, elevation 7,119 feet above sea level, you start to get just a small sense of the massive scale of the canyon. That massive scale translates into a mighty big hole in the ground at 277 miles or 440 kilometers in length and 18 miles or 29 kilometers at its widest point. At its deepest, it is over a mile at 6,092 feet or 1,857 meters deep. Area-wise, the Grand Canyon covers an area of 1,902 square miles or 4,931 square kilometers. Well, time for me to basically shut up for a while and let you enjoy the grandeur of the Grand Canyon. At least as much as a camera and the human being behind it can capture. After lingering at Mather Point for quite some time, we got back on the well-marked and well-maintained South Rim Trail to head to our next scenic overlook, which seemed to be every 10 feet or so. I'll quiet down once more and just jump back in when there's something to say or point out. One of the things people can't help but seem to do is look for shapes in the rock formations. I spotted a dog's head in this one. At about 7/10 of a mile from our drop-off at Mather Point, and just beyond the Hualapai Geological Museum, we started on an interesting section of the rim trail called the Trail of Time. The Trail of Time is a 2.83 mile or 4.56 kilometer journey through the Earth's geological past along the south rim of the Grand Canyon. Starting the trail from just beyond the museum, we found the first marker representing the present, and then walking west, we covered about 150 yards or 136 meters on what is considered a representation of the Grand Canyon's recent past. Of course, the recent past of the Grand Canyon is only 5 million years, give or take a million years or so. And the first 150 yards of the Trail of Time serves as an on-ramp into the next 2 billion years into the past of the Earth's geological history. After that 150-yard historical on-ramp, we came to this marker, which now indicated that for every meter that we walked, that would represent 1 million years of time going into the past. Geologically speaking, of course. And as we continued to move down the path, we would occasionally pass a bronze marker indicating where we were on our 2 billion year journey, or a displayed and dated stone excavated from the canyon wall and brought up from the different exposed geological layers of the canyon. The last displayed stone that you will see later on was found in the bed of the Colorado River at the deepest point of the canyon. Well, I'm going to shut up for a while now, for the most part anyway, and only speak up periodically to point out some details or offer a bit of commentary as we go, and let you admire the genuinely remarkable panoramas of the Grand Canyon. As we reached the end of the Trail of Time, we were also reaching the end of our adventure on the Grand Canyon South Rim. The end of the Trail of Time is just steps away from Grand Canyon Village and Bright Angel Trailhead. We browsed around the stores and the shops a bit before hopping back on our bus and heading home. The journey home was another 4.5 hours plus, with a quick stop at historic Route 66 in the tiny town of Selectable, Arizona. And 3 hours out of Selectable, we were back in Las Vegas. Well, that's it for our Grand Canyon South Rim adventure. Please do me a solid and like and subscribe to the channel. More at tomsmultiinterest.com. And stay tuned for new videos, including some new short shots videos and back to the archives, as well as some upcoming cruises. As always, thank you for watching, and safe and happy travels from T's Cruise and Travel Muse.